Get the ball up the floor, try to get it in Kelsey's hands, make a good play, and try to get a shot up.
And I guess, Kelsey, for you, was that did either of you know, did you have a timeout, or did you talk about maybe calling one or just going live basketball?
We had talked about that prior to the free throws even happening. Coach Christie knows who Tierra McCallum is, and you're on the side that if she missed, what the plan was, and it wasn't executed. But at the end of the day, it don't come down to this. It comes down to our missed box outs down the stretch. Obviously Enrique Guawale taking some tough shots and hitting them. It's bigger than the last play, obviously, and for us, it's about making sure that we do everything to avoid these last-minute mishaps.
I was going to say, what do you think kind of showed itself throughout the game to make it so difficult, I guess, to start and then to kind of finish it off at the end?
For us, it's about putting those two halves together defensively. And I think for us, we did that for the most part, but all due respect, we keep saying most part, and we almost there or we close, and we got to be there, and we weren't, and we lost. So.
Yeah. You talked about being the tale of two halves, but today in the second quarter, you guys kind of turned it around earlier than you did against the Mystics. Is that something that's encouraging to you guys, or is it more?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's all the process that we're going through right now. I think for us, just making sure that we close off that first quarter, because when you look at the rest of the stats, second quarter, the entire second half was a lot better than our first quarter was, and so just making sure that we dial in defensively, try to make it hard on them, especially in that first quarter.
Go to questions on Zoom. Eden, anything for Kelsey and Aliyah?
Yeah, obviously you guys have, another game, but I wanted to ask you a few questions about All-Star coming up. For both of you, just what are you most looking forward to about the weekend?
I think I'll speak for AB a little bit. It's AB's first one, it's my first one. Year 6 for me, year 1 for her, so obviously hats off to our organization for put us in a position to be where we are, but for us it's about enjoying the moment, taking it one day at a time, soak up as much knowledge as we possibly can from other great basketball players, and just celebrate where we are in life. It could be worse, and to be, handed an award gracefully, to be an All-Star. Not many people get a chance to be in that room, and so I think me and AB are going to use this opportunity to just take in what we can, be grateful and be graceful.
Aliyah, anything?
She took the words out of my mouth.
Aliyah, for you, what does it mean not only to have a teammate there with you, but then also to have some former Gamecocks there as well?
Yeah, it's great. Just this being my first one, I'm ready to enjoy it, and then to be able to celebrate it with Kels, even though we're on opposite teams, and then the rest of the Gamecock crew. It's just going to be super exciting.
Kelsey, for you, just you got ranked so highly by other players in the league. Did that mean anything to you, or how did you feel when you found out that?
For me, it's about making sure that I know where I come from and what I come from, and so no matter how many years I've been in the league playing against these great players, as graceful as I am, I just like to put the work in and be there for the basketball part. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for them thinking of me that way. And I think for me, it's about making sure that I'm doing everything I need to for my team and just staying consistent to my work.
I talked to you earlier in the year for a different story, and you mentioned that every year you're just trying to learn more and more about how to be a WNBA player. How do you feel about kind of where you are right now, and just how has that mindset of always trying to get better sort of helped you?
It's tough. Obviously, we went on a roll of putting the word on notice about who we are, and lately, the ball hasn't been rolling our way in a win and loss column. But that's why you play basketball. That's why you compete, and I'm excited that my growth includes mentally staying prepared for every moment, mentally being prepared to be able to move on and turn the page to Wednesday, and mentally prepared to go ahead and win a game Wednesday as well, going into the All-Star break. It's important for us. I think Wednesday is going to be a win
Yeah, we're gonna win. Yeah, we gotta put that in the existence. It's gonna be a win that we can take on the road and utilize it for the next half of the season.
Anything else, Eden?
Aliyah, I just have like 2 more for you. First, I just want to know if you're gonna, someone's probably asked you this already, but are you planning on having any special braids for All-Star Weekend, or are you sticking with the rainbow ones?
My hair is going to be braided tomorrow. So,
Ooh.
I mean, I'm coming nice. It's going to be cute.
Okay. Do I have to wait and find out tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Okay. And then just for a separate story, as a post player, I know that Brittany Griner is going to be there, and I was curious for you, from your perspective, if she was somebody that you had watched growing up, or what kind of things younger players could learn from watching her game.
Yeah, BG's just a solid post player. She just uses her strength, and so I just think like other post players looking in can just understand that. We're tall, we're strong, but you use that to your advantage, and I think BG does a great job of that every time she steps on the floor.
Yeah, just going into those final seconds with the free throws, what was the plan if she made them or if she missed them?
Yeah. So we had said with her free throw shooting percentage, we've said with 16 seconds, if she misses, let's get the ball to Kelsey and let's get down the floor without the defense being set. If we didn't have a shot, by the 6-7 second mark, I had a 20 left. So I was up at the 6-7 mark calling timeout. I don't know, they said they didn't hear me. I just think, if you understand the game, something like that's probably going to happen. Just wish they would have turned around and looked at me. That's on me. Just got to be louder, I guess, but we were going to try to score without them getting set up, without having to stop the ball and then them have an opportunity to get a steal off the inbounds.
Yeah, was their immediate defense kind of surprising to you or surprising to the team?
The ball needed to be in somebody else's hands. We had talked about it. We had talked about exactly what we wanted. We were going to have a couple different screens out of it, and then we were going to be able to probably either get to the free throw line or get a layup.
And you talked a couple days ago in pregame about being a team of 2 halves, and in the first quarter you allowed 27 points, but then kind of bounced back in the second quarter. Was that a little encouraging to see?
Still discouraging. 27 points is way too many. What's discouraging is we went to the end of the third. Lexi had to come out because of an issue, and we were up 7, and with 1:53, they went on a 7 or 8-0 run. I don't remember what it was. We were moving in the direction we wanted to go in, and that last 1:53, it was tied up at that point in the fourth quarter.
Christie, I guess what was the plan down the stretch when you see Enrique get going? Obviously, she's one of the best in the league, but are there some things that, looking back, maybe you would have done differently, or how do you gauge that?
Yeah, I mean, she's a good player, and she hit a couple shots. I think, that we fouled her on a 3-point shot. We've done that so much this year. Like, that's just discipline. That should have never happened. You just got to be stronger, disciplined, give a good hard contest. But she was getting downhill on us, so if you were looking to draw a double team, she was by herself, so that would have been hard. But I mean, she hit a couple shots, but we can't do the undisciplined things and put her on the free throw line with 3 free throws.
You talked about Lexi, and you said you stopped the tape. I believe during your most recent film session, saying the team has to match that. What do you think of how she set the tone again today, just doing a little bit of everything? Like every time I looked up, she was dive on the floor, loose ball, charge, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, Lexi just does all the intangibles. That's what I talked to the team about before the game. It's about the muscle in your chest, which is your heart, right? And a lot of times, this young team, when adversity sets in, we tend to kind of clam up and shell up. And Lexi never does that. Lexi is going to give you everything. And we joke because she doesn't make the right decisions sometimes, but as long as she keeps going hard, she makes plays. She makes things happen. She gets people to turn the ball over. She gets deflections. I said that, I wish we would match Lexi. And because that's just what she brings every possession. That's at practice, that's in the game.
Yeah, Grace played over 10 minutes for, I think, the 3rd time this season. What was she doing either in practice or in the game today to get those minutes?
Yeah, I think she just got off to a really good start. She made some good decisions. She played some really good defense and felt really comfortable with her being in there. She's a great, she's going to be a really good player. She helped us come back. Like, she was part of that comeback turn, and then she had that little behind the back pass to somebody for a shot, and that just gave her so much confidence. That was just really good to see her having those good minutes.